What the hell is happening here, man? What the hell is happening here? What's going on with Beyonce? I genuinely tried to ignore this chick. Yo, Azriel, I might do a breakdown of the stocks that I believe is going to be phenomenal in this year and next year. However, let me give a caveat in that I'm not a financial advisor. However, I do look at what it is that I invest in from a 30-year perspective. And I did do a video inside of the Patreon of the 8 things that I look for in the companies that I decide to invest in. So if you want to tap into that, look into the Patreon. It is in there. In addition to that, I tried to ignore this whole Beyonce situation, right? Tried to ignore it. I heard that she made $24 million out there in Dubai. Congratulations. More power to you. Then we had the Grammy thing, and she was the only one that was actually dressed with something on that wasn't see-through. Shout out to you. And then we had this whole concert thing with the Beyonce thing, and they said, well, Beyonce. Well, Beyonce, she's doing a world tour, Renaissance. And then somebody said, Anton, they sent me an article where they saying that people are literally taking loans out and taking withdrawals from their 401k in order to buy tickets to the Beyonce Renaissance tour. And then they said that fans were absolutely mad. So I went on Twitter and I did a little bit of research, and people were outraged at the idea that they would have to get into a line, buy Beyonce tickets, and then the resale prices was so high and egregious that they had to forego mortgage payments. Think about this for a second. We living in a society where the average person, over 56% of people can't come up with $1,000 in an emergency, yet people are willing to forego mortgage payments. Mortgage payments meaning that you don't even really own your property yet. It's owned by the bank, and you're working to your 30-year mortgage in order to pay it. People are willing to go into forbearance, meaning that they're going to ask their mortgage company for forgiveness in order to go to the Beyonce concert. This is a real thing. Let me tell you how fucked up black people are. This is going to be one of them shows. You're going to have to forgive me because I got to do what I got to do. Let me tell you how fucked up black people are, right? When your local election is popping off and it's not even being advertised, you have a single-digit turnout rate in the blackest of the black communities in order for you to actually vote on what is going on in your own communities, meaning how it's going to be funded. What is the police budget? What is the millages when it comes to passing and increasing taxes so that we can then fund the schools, community colleges? What the budget is going to be? Who's going to be your city council members? Do you know who your treasurer is? Do you know who your legislative branches are and who your representative is in order for you to be able to reach out for them so that they can advocate for you on Capitol Hill? We have a sometimes single-digit voter turnout rate, yet you guys are emotionally and financially invested in what is going on with Beyonce's Renaissance tour. What in the devil are we talking about, y'all? Tell me that the devil did not finesse y'all and play just like the most elaborate trick to help y'all to prioritize things to be so. We have a homelessness crisis, meaning that there is not one major city that I did not go to all last year. And I traveled to at least 12 different cities to do meetups, to meet up with y'all, kick it with y'all, shoot content, and so on and so forth. And I went around in the communities, and I went to the hoods, and I went to the good parts, and sometimes I documented it. I walked around Atlanta, D.C., the whole 9 yards. There is not one city where there is not a homelessness camp. Los Angeles, D.C., Chicago, Boston. Every major city have a homeless camp. People were literally getting mad at Mr. Beast for curing the blindness of at least 1,000 people. We have an environment where people are literally advocating for student loan forgiveness. They are trying to raise taxes so that we can build more infrastructure. These are the same people, I swear to God. I went on social media and I seen somebody that had a Eat the Rich shirt on and was advocating to raise taxes on rich people in order to substantiate their own living lifestyle. And they are one of the ones that's sitting here complaining about the Beyonce tickets. What the hell is happening in our society? Are you telling me that we live in a world where people are willing to mortgage the future of their children in order to go to a concert? Now, this has nothing to do with Beyonce, because get your money. If you have a product, from a business perspective, I have to be objective. If you have a product that sells as well as her product is selling, then by all means get your money. But for the rest of you that truly cannot afford to pay the fees associated with being able to do the thing that you're supposed to do. When I say, okay, well, listen, I stayed down for 10 years and was willing to be poor and live in my mother's basement and all of that in order to be able to do the things that I want to do today, the people then hold me accountable and say, yeah, you just dusty. You was broke. You trash. Don't nobody want to do that. We can't see it, Anton. This is so dumb, so on and so forth. When I advocate for doing the right thing for you, you don't want to hear it. If I want to go over there and then talk about what's going on with the Fed and them raising rates another 0.25%, and your mortgage rate is going to be this when you then get it, and then I get on a coaching call with y'all. If you need to get on a coaching call with me, email me at antondaniels413@gmail.com. I do not do business on Instagram. I do not reach out to you on WhatsApp. Those are fake accounts. I do not have any other account except the one Anton Daniels account on Instagram and the one Anton Daniels account on TikTok. I do not have any additional accounts. I am working feverishly for all of these scammers that's continuing to create extra accounts and then reach out to you. I'm not reaching out to anybody on Instagram. Don't say it was me. It wasn't me. Don't get finessed. Don't send them your money. Don't send them your business plan. If I can't get you to even invest in your own future, go to the community college, then start to do something with yourself instead of getting that basket weaving degree. If I can't convince you to vote in your local election so that it's best for you, then you can change the narrative of what's going on in your community. If you're more passionate about going to the Renaissance tour and spending 2 to 3 hours in order to see Beyonce perform instead of your future for your children, if you're not willing to invest in your 401k, if you have not put any money up for your daughter, if we are so off as far as prioritizing, I don't want to see anybody that has any debt, not a credit card debt, not a student loan debt, not a mortgage payment, sitting there at Beyonce's concert that does not have a plan on how it is that they can solve for things unless you are absolutely positively on track to be a millionaire one day. I don't care. You should not be there. We should be focused on growing as a community. If you have not given Dr. Umar school, okay, that was a jokey joke. That was a joke. If you have not given the Dr. Umar school, hit the PayPal. You should not be at the Beyonce concert. Oh my God, I am cooking with fish grease today. Oh my Jesus, Anton is on fire, man. Anton is on fire today. If you have not done the thing that's in your own best interest, if you have 1 ounce of credit card debt, I don't want to see you at Beyonce's concert. And I'm going to go a step further. Not only do I not want to see you at Beyonce's concert, I don't want to see you at Disney World. I don't want to see you in Cabo. I don't want to see you taking trips over to Dubai. I don't want to see you flying into Miami. I don't want to see you in Tulum. I don't want to see you on spring break doing nothing except for getting another job so that we can then control where our dollars are going in our community, and you don't have to be under duress. You can then control your narrative. I don't want to see it. I don't want to see your kids. Ooh, this one is going to hurt. I don't want to see your kids with these dusty shoes on and you out here making it rain and throwing it back at the Beyonce concert. I don't want to see another order from Shein. I don't want to see another purchase from Shein. I don't want to see nothing. Cut it off. Cut everything off. Cut the spending off. You know what I did? I'm broke. I'm broke out here in these streets. I have zero. You know how much cash I got? Let me show you how much cash I got. I'm going to show you how much cash I got. I'm broke with cash. Cash-wise, I'm assed out. Let me show you how much cash I got. Business accounts is a little different. Let me show you what I'm working with. This is what I'm working with. You can't even see it. See that? It's $1,405.99 in this account. is 1,000. Hold on, let me show it to you. 1,400. 1,400. Oh, I got to show it to you. Right there. I'm broke. I ain't got no money. I ain't got nothing for nobody. Don't ask me for nothing. Don't ask me for a cash app. I ain't got it. That's the new word for black people. I ain't got it. Now, I will tell you what I did do. I spent $163,000 in February paying off a mortgage for my final property that I own. I will tell you that my portfolio says that I'm a millionaire because my assets is bulging over. My portfolio when it comes to my brokerage account is insane. My properties is literally runneth over. My cup runneth over. The minute that I paid that off, my business accounts refilled back up because you know what happened on the first of the month? I received about $30,000 in rent payments. I received please don't make me pull up the receipts. Literally, right after I paid that off, I received $30,000 in rent payments. Actually, it was a little bit more like $31,000. $30,000 in rent payments. You know why? Because I own everything. I own everything. And every single thing that I spend my money on is going to have to make sense from a business perspective. Black people. You're going to have to start being more intentional with how it is that you utilize your resources. Don't be broke at 50, 60 years old talking about I only got a couple more years to retirement. Anton, can you coach me on how it is that I need to grow my resources so I don't look like a piece of shit and have to depend on the federal government raising the Social Security in order for me to be able to survive? Don't sit here looking like a dusty asking me for something when you knew you went to the Beyonce concert and then you want me to feel sorry for you because that's the same thing that y'all doing with me when it comes to y'all coming up on the panel and then want to hold me accountable for y'all being dusty and me not being empathetic towards. I don't have nothing for you. I ain't got nothing for you. I ain't got a piece of advice. I ain't got nothing for you. Nothing. At all.